People deluded, I'm back again. Barcelona 2, Arsenal 1. Barcelona come back from behind in the second half and obviously subject us to defeat in our last pre-season game. That's pre-season done and dusted. We've had a lot of games, we've had a lot of talking points, we've been through a lot. It's showtime next week, and to be fair, defensively there's still a lot of shockers. I mean, you look at Ange, you look at the last goal we conceded in the last minute, Suarez today, you look at Dembele in the Emirates Cup, three identical goals of players losing their men. So will that persist earlier on in the season? Will we improve defensively? Remains to be seen, but subjective to this game, like I said, people, we're playing in, I can't remember the name of the trophy, but we're playing in that prestigious sort of trophy against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. It's our final game of pre-season. The key thing is just fitness. Of course, pre-season or not, it'd be a confidence booster to beat Barcelona. And for the young players and just players in general, it's Barcelona. Yeah, it might not be the Barcelona of the greatest Barcelona sides we've seen, but it's still Barcelona. And early on in the first half, I think first 15 minutes, you saw that this is Barcelona. We really didn't have an outball. They had a lot of possession. We had to be very busy defending, remaining in shape. Whenever the man in first 15, whenever the man in possession on our team had the ball, there wasn't an outball. Quickly, Barcelona were being gifted possession, and they were just coming on top of us. They weren't really having any quality chances, I would say. I'd say Reece Nelson, I think I was impressed with him throughout the whole game in his minutes. Offensively, done quite well. I feel obviously decision making could have been better. He had a couple crosses, a couple shots. Maybe he could have picked a better option and whatnot. But I think Nelson had a good game defensively as well. I feel Joe Willock had a lot of cute touches as well in possession. I think it was the second half he saved a shot off the line. But I feel Joe, he's someone that should be getting chances earlier on next season. He's shown he can play in the Ramsey further advanced role. And I like him in the role he played today, withdrawn with sort of Xhaka. I think he's got a lot of maturity in his game. He played well. Maitland-Niles made a calamitous mistake in the second half, and a gift and a curse is that he's very calm in possession. First half, he was very calm in possession, in my opinion, and was playing quite well. He needs to introduce some urgency into his game, especially if he's playing in defence, because the holes will show time and time again. As you saw for the mistake, Again, it was in the second half, but I do think Leno, I don't know why Leno's rushing out, and I don't know why Maitland-Niles is playing blind passes. It's six of one, half a dozen of the other. Communication, they're both wrong. Maitland-Niles should really, I was quite annoyed because Maitland-Niles is better than that, should be looking at where he's passing the ball. Why Leno, who can see the whole picture, is rushing out, I don't know. They're both at fault. Maitland-Niles scored an own goal, and he played a blind pass, so it ultimately lies with his head in the second half. But first off, after the first 15 people, I feel we did alright, you know. After the first 15, I felt we soaked it up. We kind of got over the fact that we're playing Barcelona and the fans were doing Mexican wave and being on top of us and all of these sort of things. And then we started to play, man. We started to get the ball down. People were getting touches of the ball. Our fullbacks, mainly Maitland-Niles overlapping. Nelson probably the best outball for me. I do think excluding the goal, Aubameyang was quite quiet in my opinion, but we was doing okay. We deserved to take the lead. It was a good bit of play. Lovely ball by Ozil, even better finish by Aubameyang, and it's looking like we're gonna win at the Nou Camp for a change, people. It's 1-0. I feel we had opportunities. We could have scored more in the first half. Barcelona equally could have also equalised. I feel Monreal had an eventful day at left back. I feel obviously you look at Semedo at right back, you look at Ousmane Dembele on that flank, you'd think it'd be tough for him. And there were a couple moments of communication could have been better, but first off, I feel we did alright, to be fair, man. Mainly in Reece Nelson, Maitland-Niles and Joe Willock in the midfield playing some cute touches and whatnot, man. I feel, especially the last, I'd say the 20th minute to the end of the first half, I was seeing confidence in our young players and whatnot. Second half now, obviously we're 1-0 in at half time, but second half now, it's pre-season, changes are to be expected, but potentially the changes made probably affected our team, to be fair with you, because I felt second half, we defended okay in the first, but second half I felt we was way too open, we was way too nervous, and the nerves kind of played into us. I don't know if it was the fact that we was only 1-0 ahead, but we were getting caught in possession. Maitland-Niles a couple of times before that mistake happened was caught. Kolasinac was caught. We're having a couple opportunities where we're gifting possession back to Barcelona, and Barcelona aren't taking their chances. And I'm sure every Arsenal fan could see it. We are going to concede. We are going to concede, people. We clearly are going to concede. And obviously, it's very fortunate circumstances that Barcelona took the lead in. It's an own goal from Maitland-Niles. Like I just said earlier, The blame ultimately goes with Maitland-Niles because I was a right back. You need to look at where you're passing, but I don't understand what Leno is doing as well. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Both are to blame. The underlying factor is communication. We might not have seen that mistake last season, but miscommunication or not communicating at the right times in defence has been an issue of ours. I know Maitland-Niles isn't a fullback, but reality is he's going to be there until Bellerin's there. So the communication between him and his keeper needs to be better. Maitland-Niles needs to be looking. Leno, he's a keeper. We can see the whole picture developing. Why are you coming out? Why are you not saying anything? So both of you need to hang your heads in shame for that one. Barcelona get back in the game at 1-1. And again, like I said, Barcelona are having chances throughout the whole of the second half, sorry, to be fair. What was there? There was one moment Joe Willett cleared an effort off the line. So Barcelona were getting efforts throughout the whole second half. I feel second half we were very poor, we were very sloppy, reacting second best to a lot of things. And it was just, Messi's not even on the pitch and them things there, but he's just playing more and more into Barcelona's hands. You can't do this against Barcelona. You can't gamble like this against Barcelona, pre-season or not. Obviously, Suarez is on in the second half, and he had his own question marks over his ability last season, but he showed his worth, man. Obviously, after it being 1-1, literally the 90th minute, 90-odd minutes, Mustafi comes on. Again, I don't like to blame Mustafi, but I'm pretty sure everybody can see we're going to concede. I think if I watch the game again, I'll see several people at fault for the goal, but Chambers is actually doing decent this game. Him and Mustafi are not aware of their men to the point that they need to be, and it's a case of too little too late. Chambers tries, Mustafi just from start to finish has no clue of where Suarez is. It's a lovely ball from Sergio Roberto, and it's an equal finish from Suarez, and it saves us from penalties, because I'm not going to lie, people, I was not reviewing penalties. I've got things to do Sunday evening, I'm tired and that. So it showed a lot, man. Obviously, 2-1, it sucks. It's only pre-season. We move forward. It's Barcelona. I'm pretty sure many people expected us to lose. But in terms of defending in that second half, I feel we were too open. We invited too much pressure. Technically, it is away from home, so the fans are all there and that. That's been an issue of us from last season. Do you get it, people? The goals we conceded, communication needs to be better with Maitland-Niles and Leno. Fair enough, you don't see that too often. When it happens, it looks silly, but you don't see that too often. The second goal is, I won't say it annoys me more, but the second goal, because you see that goal against Anja, you see that goal for Dembele's second finish at the Emirates Cup. That goal is an identical goal. I can trace us back to Vardy or Lingard or Milner last season when they've scored. Following runners, being aware of men, stopping situations before they develop, ultimately being proactive is something I would have liked to have seen this pre-season. I know because there's been injuries, there's been transfers, players are playing in international tournaments. We haven't had certain sides to work with, but I must admit, I would have liked to have seen better early adoptions in that we're going to defend well, because off the back of that last game, people looking at pre-season, if I had to guess, I feel we're going to put more emphasis on counter-attacking and whatnot. Of course, we're going to try defensively, but the only takeaways I can really see from pre-season is mainly the young players. Martinelli looks promising, and I forgot to even hail him up when he came on. I think he did quite well. He's shown he's still raw in that, but he's very positive, man. And I like how he gets into goal-scoring positions, man. I don't know if he can be developed into a striker long-term, but there's that. Joe Willett deserves some chances. He's at the stage where I say, people, he needs to be given 10 games or so. If he takes his chances, great for us. If not, it is what it is. Because Joe Willett, like I said, he's got that ability to positively surprise us. I knew he was a good player, but he just seems to be getting better and better. And I like to see it. He's feeling himself a bit more. He's playing with a swagger. I like today how he was always in the right areas for the right pass, playing the right pass, showing bravery to play the pass. And like I said, he relishes defending. He's understood from early, similar to Nelson. They relish the defensive aspects of the game, and he done that. The highlight being a clearance off the line. Maitland-Niles' concentration needs to improve, especially if you're going to be at right back. For me, defense just doesn't give me any concern, any promise, people. Because if we was to start the season tomorrow, right now, I'm going to say my team with all the injuries and things. Leno obviously by default in goal. Maitland-Niles at right back. I'd probably go with Chambers and Socrates at centre half. Monreal gets the nod over Kohler at left back, people. That would be my defence. But does it fill me with confidence right now? No. I wanted to see us, when the right back is there, we're filling over, and I feel we're still at 6s and 7s, and obviously his new centre-half will change things, and it's a mix and match side, and players are not fully fit, so I don't want to read too much into it, but I've reviewed every pre-season game I possibly could, people, and people can say it's only pre-season, it's pre-season, but I haven't really seen anything to have any confidence by. Apart from the young players, really. Joe Willock, Martinelli, Saka, obviously. Saka, I forgot to even say, two lovely balls. Who was it for? One lovely ball, I think, for Martinelli and Aubameyang. They got in each other's way. And there was definitely one before that he put in some lovely passes. It's scary. Saka's 18 in September. We need to be careful and let him develop, but it's scary, man. Him and Nelson need to be involved next season. Joe Willock the same. I feel they're the three, man. You lot know I'm a big fan of Tyrese John Jules. He'd be involved as well to a degree. But they're the three I believe should be involved. Emil seems to be going on loan. Defensively, there's still a lot of work to be done. Obviously, pre-season's done. Hopefully, there's some news in regards to outgoings, players that we get off the books. And I'm like you lot, I'm praying we get a centre-half and obviously Kieran Tierney over the line and a left-back, because defence is going to make the difference as to whether we get top four or not this season. And like I said, man, you can't. The goals we conceded, it was of our own making. Second half, we could have been a bit more proactive in terms of putting out fires. Positioning, we could have been better for Suarez's goal, but it would take nothing away. It was a lovely finish and a lovely goal. For the first goal, obviously it's calamitous. Communication should be better. There's nothing more to add, people. Obviously, if I haven't said it already, we've lost 2-1 to Barcelona. And it's now on to Newcastle now, people, who I think they beat St Etienne yesterday. Joe Linton scored in that, and that Maximilian, is it Maximilian? No, it's not Maximilian. It's Maxi Allen or something. That skillful player that was at Nantes, Nice, and he played for France at youth level, man. Maximine or whatever his name is. He's a very tricky customer, man, and it'll be keen to see if they play against Arsenal. But for now, people, Deluded, I'm out. Thank you for always rocking and watching. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out. Pre-season done.